When I was growing up in an Italian-American household in Orlando, Florida, every Saturday I'd get in the car with my mother and we'd do grocery shopping. We went to the regular grocer, but then we also went to what my mother called the Italian store, which was a local Italian market where we could go in and order meat cut, buy Italian bread and cheeses and other various Italian goods and sundries. For me, this was a regular and normal part of life. Every summer, we'd visit the Italian side of the family in New Jersey and we'd get Italian pizzas and subs. The Italian subs were amazing and not like any other subs I've ever had. Now I live in Austin, Texas, and Italian markets just aren't that common here. They're rare. They actually don't exist. Check out this Yelp screen from Orlando and the Italian markets that are listed. It's well stocked with Italian baked goods and meats. Oh, and Italian sausage is the best. I love the sweet and hot. But now, here's the same search for Austin, and you see a load of restaurants that come up from the same Italian market search prompt. Mandela's actually does carry Italian goods and handmade gelato, so it's something. But it's not the representation I was used to from my time in Orlando. And I'm not dissing Mandela's. If there aren't enough Italians in Austin to support a full Italian market, that's just a fact of the consumer market here. Mandela's isn't a crappy Italian market. It's basically a restaurant that carries some Italian products and goods, and for what it is and what it offers, it's fine. It's actually the best thing around in this town. It's not trying to be a full-on Italian market, and that's totally okay. You can see from their website that they're promoting food that they cook and prepare. They're not actually promoting raw base goods. Again, they carry a limited stock of those, but it's mainly a restaurant plus. Still, I miss those trips to the Italian store in Orlando, and I miss the ready availability of Italian food. My mom didn't always make subs, and honestly, a loaf of Italian bread and some soft butter, or olive oil and vinegar and sliced tomatoes and onions, and that loaf did not last long enough to be made into a sub. To this day, I love bread and pasta, and even though our local grocery mainly carries French baguettes, I can still eat a whole one in one sitting by myself with soft butter or olive oil and balsamic vinaigrette. An Italian loaf is a lot larger, fatter, thicker in general than a baguette. It's also softer, but not as soft as our local grocer in Austin sells. So while technically they do sell what they label as an Italian loaf, it's not at all like what I remember. The crust is often way too soft, and I just go with the baguettes. What I'm describing today is just a basic sub construction, and not actually an Italian sub. The reason for this isn't just that the only good loaves I can get at the local grocer are the French baguettes that they bake fresh daily, but that the meats I would prefer, the Italian meats, are just pretty pricey around here. I took this photo at my last trip to the market, and that's a lot of money to throw down for meat. But capicola, or gabagool, depending on which Italian American you ask, is amazing. And if you ever get a chance to try it, try it. You could use meats like prosciutto or even hard salami and save some money, but here at the cottage we lean toward budget friendly, and I'm mainly trying to carry on a weekend tradition in spirit that I can't really carry on in reality the way I remember it. My mother didn't do this because we were rich. We weren't. She did it because it was inexpensive and easy based on where we lived, and it reminded her of all the things she grew up with. So for me, being half Italian and second-generation American, I'm just making a sub that is a thin representation of something I had growing up that I just can't replicate here in Austin, and I'm not going to drop a load of money and effort to try. French baguettes are tasty, everyone loves subs, and it's nice to be able to carry on a tradition in spirit, if not in reality, and every now and then, if I feel like splurging, I can go that extra mile and use some authentic Italian ingredients. But that's really not the point for me so much as just being able to dive into a pile of subs on a weekend. So with that, let's make a sub. We start with a baguette and use your bread knife to cut it open. Don't cut it all the way through. You want to keep it in one piece. Also, you can carve out a trench in the middle if you want to add more fillings. If you enjoy this cottage content, drop me a comment. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell for more content about life at the cottage at Woodland Corners.